pushes me to be better. So I'm trying to find my limits and go past. Really big. It was my biggest result. And I think that was kind of the spark that lit the fire. I think the fact I recognize that I'm also blessed to be living my life, or the life that I live. Of course, I've earned it. You know, I've definitely earned it.
Here, the better ranking, the better. I think after 75, it's not porket nagawa ko na magagawa ko ulit. So that's what I'm trying to work on. I definitely think I have the potential for a Grand Slam. And it's super flattering to, yeah. Oh, well, yes, and the end goal hasn't changed. Yun pa din yun.
Kings, although, the higher you get, the steeper the mountain is. But yeah, and also still happy. I think I just told myself to be brave. Just do whatever I could.
It's hard to wrap my head around the fact that ako yung trailblazer because I've always just,
She hit number 29, a career high, the highest ranked Filipino in WTA history. And within days, she dropped to number 50. Nobody cheated, nobody tanked, no injury, no controversy. Just a ranking system that most tennis fans don't fully understand and that quietly punishes players for their own success. This is the truth behind the number 29 that exploded across headlines and the number 50 that followed. Why it happened, what it actually means for her Roland Garros campaign, and the one quote from Eala herself that tells you she saw all of this coming. Let's break it down.
Abu Dhabi 2024 was your first WTA 500 appearance.
Yes, it was.
You're back here sort of 24 months later. How do you look back at that appearance that acts as sort of a launch pad for what's happened since then?
Well, yes, I think I still remember my match here. I played Magda Linette, and yeah, it was such a great learning experience for me. And Abu Dhabi, I think that was my first time in the UAE. So a lot of new experiences, and I've grown a lot since then. So let's see how this year pans out.
You've said there just that you've grown a lot since then. What's sort of the biggest differences in your game now compared to when you made that first appearance here in 2024?
Oof, I think there are quite prominent differences in all in all aspects of my game. But more than that, I think it's just the maturity of everything, how I approach things on court. Physically, I'm more mature, a little stronger. Yeah, so it's well-rounded growth. Yeah.
Abu Dhabi 2024 was her first WTA 500 appearance. By 2026, she's back there as a different player, physically stronger, mentally mature, and sitting inside the top 40. That 2-year window is the fastest rise in Philippine tennis history. But the ranking that everyone celebrated at number 29 was already carrying a hidden expiry date. Here's why.
And after making it to the top 75, actually 73rd ka na ngayon, do you have a particular target or ranking that you want to achieve in the following months para mas sumakses palalo?
Of course, the more the merrier. The better ranking, the better. I think after 75, the next step would be 50, top 50. But as I said, this is all new territory for me.
Yeah, I think that Miami run was really big. It was my biggest result. And I think that was kind of the spark that lit the fire. I learned so much from that week, and I'll always remember it as that. But there's so many things that have happened in between then and now that have added to how I've grown as a player and as a person. And I think one of the biggest things is maturity, experience, being able to surround myself consistently with this high of a level of tennis players, and this high of a level of competition pushes me to be better. So I'm trying to find my limits and go past that, yeah.
The spark that lit the fire. That's how she described Miami. Not the peak, but the ignition point. And the proof of that framing is in the trajectory that followed. top 50, top 40, top 31 in a single week, then number 29. The 52-week system took 390 points. But it can't take back what Miami built.
Well, there is definitely talagang may pressure because I was able to do well, but that's also a good sign. In the end, I'm the same player as I was 2 months ago, with a little bit more experience and a little bit more knowledge of what I'm capable to do. And I understand that this is new for me. This is something I haven't done before, being in the top 100, and being one of the seeded players. So it's not porket nagawa ko na magagawa ko ulit. So that's what I'm trying to work on. Is being.
My question is, now that you're number 70 in the world and you're now eligible to play in a Grand Slam without any hitch, how do you tend to emulate the success of your mentor, Rafa Nadal, now that the French Open is up next on your pipeline?
Well,
She went from never qualifying for Grand Slam main draws, 3 consecutive qualifying failures in 2024, to entering Roland Garros 2025 directly in the main draw, then Miami. Then the 52-week clock started. Every point she earned last year became a liability the moment the same tournament started again in 2026. That's the trap the system sets for players mid-breakthrough.
Always be alert and on our feet, so yeah.
My last question, throughout various press conferences, you like to mention the phrase spoonful of gratitude and how you kind of embraced, that throughout the past year, and this, was a place where it kind of made your big breakthrough moment. Just kind of when you mention that phrase, where does that gratitude, come from?
I think the fact I recognize that I'm also blessed to be living my life, or the life that I live. Of course, I've earned it. I've definitely earned it. I've put in the work. That's not to be questioned. But then again, I think it's so important to be grateful for what you have. I've witnessed poverty, in surroundings, or in my surroundings. So I don't take for granted anything, especially family and my team and just the opportunities I'm able to have. So that's why I make it a point to always be grateful. Yeah. So it's a learning experience for me. What I try to do is just focus on the next thing that I have to do. I try not to think of the bigger picture, and I focus on what I can control. Yeah.
Alex, it was such a big difference from your last match with Coco, the tempo from the beginning. What kind of a strategy did you implement to turn the game around and to stay on top of her? And what did you think you did super well today?
I think my focus was really was a big point of my match today, and my strategy, as well as the intensity in my legs and the intensity I was able to produce to be aggressive. I took those learnings from the last match. I tried to do things differently, better on certain things I can control. I know that Coco is a great player, and she's really going to give you a hard time. So there's nothing much you can do about the other person playing well. So I tried to focus on what I could control. Yeah.
Focus, intensity in her legs, controlling what she can control. These aren't press conference cliches. They're the actual answers to how she beat Coco Gauff's opponent when Gauff retired, how she pushed Wang Xinyu off her game in Rome, and how she pushed Rybakina to her limit. An unseeded player with that toolkit is dangerous, regardless of ranking.
I think I have the potential for a Grand Slam. And it's super flattering to hear all those greats talking about me when I've been looking up to them for so long. I think it's important for it not, it means a lot that they recognize my talent, but I cannot dwell on just that, because in the end it's one tournament. And I know that in order to be a great, you need tournament after tournament after tournament after tournament like this. So that's what I'm trying to work on. That's the goal. Yeah.
So not too long ago, syempre, you told me that one of your goals was obviously to win a Grand Slam and to be number one. So now it's looking, I mean, you're definitely on the upward trajectory towards that.
Yeah. Well, yes, and the end goal hasn't changed. Yun pa din yun.
The 52-week system took 390 points from Eala overnight. It dropped her from number 29 to number 50. But it can't take back what she built: the Miami run, the Rome third round, the Rybakina match. Roland Garros starts now. Her first round draw is the next video. Don't miss it.